Hello everyone, here is the official unboxing for Dungeon Alliance. This is the production sample, the first complete copy of the game. Alright, I'm going to move in here a little bit closer and we're going to open this guy up. There we go. As you can see, the colors look beautiful on the box. We've got the linen finish on there. All kinds of fun use of the artwork. Here's the back of the box. All right, let's open this guy up. All right, here we go. We've got even more pictures when you open the box. We put some more pictures on, different pictures on the outside of the box once it's opened. As you can see, this thing is heavy. It's kind of like overflowingly heavy. It's 6 pounds. Here we go. Here is the rule book. It's great, nice and shiny. 24 pages. I've already looked through it. I appreciate everyone's help who helped us to edit this in the final stages. Here we go. So that's the first rule book. Next we have the rule supplement, which also includes rules for the quests and as well for the expansion. All right, so we got both our rule books. They're both looking great. And then we have the reason for so much weight here is we have 9 punch board sheets. So you can see here they did a great job putting the punch marks in there. Okay, very nice linen finish on these. All right, and so we've got 9 of these, so all of the dungeon tiles and enemy tokens and all those things are here. So we'll just kind of do a quick look at these as we pop through. Here's some of the dungeon frames. Lots of tiles with lots of different rooms for you to explore. And they punch real well, as you can see. They just pop right out, so no problems there. Okay, we have some of our first quest tokens here. Here's one of our final enemies. Quests on this one. As you know, these were added later during the process of development, but they're all here right in the base game. And here's the final. All right, so those are 9 punch board sheets filled with all of our tokens and tiles and all kinds of things. Let's see what else we have here. Well, we have a bunch of extra bags, which are always necessary or needed or at least appreciated. So for anything you might want to use them for, we've got all these extra bags in there. Move around to here. Yes, this is them, folks. These are the tiles. The tiles that we've been waiting literally for months. And they came out great. They did a beautiful job on them. There's even a little air hole in the top here to make sure that everything was able to stay nice and fresh after being painted and dried. So yeah, here they are. I'm actually really excited by the fact that they had told me originally that they would need to be a minimum thickness of 4 millimeters, but these are much closer to 2 millimeters, which is what I wanted. So I'm very excited. Therefore, there won't be, like when the Hydra has tons of damage on him, he won't be like stacked super high on the board. So anyway, these are the tiles, one set of colors for each player, and yeah, this is what we've been waiting for, folks, all this time. They are here. This is proof. Okay, here's the die. Interestingly, I was able to change the font. If you've noticed in the rule book, it has a much simpler looking font on the die, but then I was able to get a fancier font on here. So the actual font on the die is nicer looking than the one that you see in the rule book. And that's our dungeon die. This is our only die in the game. This game is not about rolling dice, but you can roll them if you want to. Okay, in here, these are not playing cards. These are cards that you can use so that you can divide your cards in here and separate the different types of cards. Therefore, you don't have to use baggies or anything like that for your cards. You can just use all of these to separate, like you could put all your characters, and then you could have all of your starting deck cards and so on, and lots of different as many categories as you want. You can separate them with these little dividers. That's what these are for. All right, now here's the cards. Now they come in this little plastic tray to keep them in place, and the purpose for that was to keep the cards from smashing around and hurting our insert here. So for a lot of you, this black plastic is disposable. You can throw it out if you want. You can, of course, use it if you'd like, but it was an extra piece that we created just to protect the inside of the box from the cards thrashing around. So you can keep it if you want to keep the cards normal size and want to just keep them in little packs like this. But most people will probably, by the way, don't swallow that. That's bad. So if you want to lift your cards up and make them easier to sort in here, then you'll probably just throw this out. But the purpose of this, when you see it, was just to protect the inside of the box because we have so many cards. 3 packs of cards in here, and that would definitely, if it had just been like this, moving around, it would have damaged this insert, and so we did not want that. So here's the cards. I'm not going to open up all the cards because there's so many, but I will open up one pack here. Okay, here is one of the packs of cards opened up. I've actually had production samples of these cards for a very long time, so I know that these are in great shape. They're beautiful. Yeah, they've got beautiful finish on them. The colors really have popped out nice. The graphic design really comes across very well. So here's the hero cards, for example, and here's starting deck cards and so on. So this is a first pack. So this first pack has the starting deck cards, the hero cards, and I think that might be it. It has the beginning of the upgrade cards. So there's a lot of art in this game. We've been working on this game for 3 years, as you know, so I'm a real lover of art, and I can't draw very well myself, but I do appreciate art. So anyway, this is the first pack of cards, and there's 3 of these packs of cards inside this first box. Okay, so now we look at the next thing inside the box here, and we have these white dividers. These, you fold them, and you can stick them in here if you want to create partitions. So this will be particularly important for you to customize. If you don't keep your cards in sleeves, you can you'll have more room for putting other pieces over here. If you keep your cards in sleeves, then you can perhaps use this over here, and maybe put some tokens in here and put cards there. So this is just to allow you further customization. You don't even have to use these, but they come just in case you'd like to use them and want to create some more little categories inside of this one main pocket. Now on this side, this includes the miniatures, and you can continue to use this box if you want, but as you can see, if you have some other storage solution for your minis, that gives us a lot of room to put all kinds of components if you want. So you can see the figures are very well protected. I've actually put a couple of the bases on them already. They don't normally come like that. I just was testing them out. These are bases that you put onto your team, and so therefore you can recognize that this is, you know, you're the blue player, you've got all of these blue ones. And then so that you can do that easily, they pop right off. There's a little hole in the bottom actually, so that you can just stick your thumb in there and pop them right off. So these snap right on. They did a really nice job on these. And these are optional. We didn't have things like this when we were playtesting, and we didn't really need them. But it's just sort of a little extra flair for people who want to be able to quickly stare at the board and see which characters, because you certainly can split up your team in this game. So this is most of the figures that come in the base game, and here also are the other snapping bases. Then when you pull this off, and then here's just the last of the figures here. Actually, when I opened this one was on top, so you may discover, don't panic if you see that there's like 5 figures on top. The rest of them are underneath this little white piece of cardboard. All right, so these come in the game. You can keep them right in this box if you want to. And then afterwards, after you close it up, they fit right in here, nice and snug, if you want to keep that box like that. Okay, this is the main game. Now let's look at what else you get as a Kickstarter backer. As we talked about several times, there is an expansion that we released just for you, so it won't be released to the public for some time. And inside here we have more little punch boards. There's some of our big critters. There's the Titan and Gorthos. And some extra guys so you don't run out when the final enemy room gets filled with stuff. So these are 3 small punch boards that come with the expansion. This is obviously not going to be the published expansion box, but this is the box that you receive as a Kickstarter backer. Here is the final enemy room. Okay, this is the main room on this side, and then the Titan room is on this side. And our graphic designer, Chechu Nieto, did an incredible job with designing all these tiny little details. You can see little money bags and things that have been left behind by dead adventurers, broken staffs, and so on. So, good stuff. All right, so there's that. And then also inside here we have our 4 expansion characters. And we have yet another set of cards. Now these cards will clearly be able to go into the main box, but these are all the expansion cards, and also here, as you can see on the back here, these are the Epic Hero cards. So if we release this expansion retail, which we're planning to, those 21 alternate art cards will not be included. But for convenience sake, those epic art cards are in this expansion card pack for our Kickstarter backers. And last but certainly not least, for those of you who have gotten painted miniatures, I figured I'd give you another look at those. We can never get enough of those. Here they are. This is the complete set of 21 miniatures. So this includes the 17 from the base game, plus the 4 from the expansion. So if you've gotten the painted miniatures, you're getting 2 sets of these minis, of all 21 of them. One unpainted and one painted. So you can see, I'll just pull one out. They come out really easily. Each of them has their own little special space to protect them. And you can see the detail. It's quite nice on these guys. They really did a remarkable job with not just the amount of color that they used, but the detail. If you look on Belzeman's robes here, you can see that there's dry brushing and multiple colors. His armor's got a little bit of rust on it, which is really cool. So yeah, I'm really excited. Bull is probably my favorite. Just the level of detail on her hair and on her tribal attire here. It's just really, they really went above and beyond. So yeah, I'm looking forward to you all getting these at long last. I'm sorry that there was such a delay, but the most important thing is that they're here now, so we should be having your copy sent out to you within the next week, and then hopefully you'll have it within the next 2 weeks. So I look forward to you having them and to hearing your session reports, and that wraps up our video. Thank you.